Hello, I'm attorney Joseph Niven. I'm here to talk to you about whether or not you need a prenuptial agreement. First of all, congratulations on embarking on the wonderful journey of marriage. Hopefully, you will never need my services except for this prenuptial agreement. So, why would you need a prenuptial agreement? First of all, to protect assets. So, if you're coming into the marriage with substantial assets, then you may want to have a prenuptial agreement in order to protect those assets in case the marriage does not work out. However, like Chris Rock famously said, prenuptial agreements are not just for rich people. So let's say that you have a child from a prior relationship and you want to pass some assets down to them, even if they're not substantial. You may want a prenuptial agreement to make sure that if, God forbid, your marriage does not work out, then you still have those assets to pass down to your child. It could also be simply to simplify issues in case the marriage doesn't work out. Like, for example, you may say, hey, we don't have all that much, but we may be emotional if we end up getting divorced. And we want to make sure that with what we've got together, that we don't end up fighting about it. If we have a divorce, we want to settle it right now. That's actually very logical reasoning. For example, let's say that you are buying a house. You may want to say, well, in case we end up getting divorced, then the house gets split up 50-50. One of us gets the opportunity to buy the other one out first. And so this way you're not fighting about it when the emotions are running high once you are getting divorced, God forbid. If you get a prenuptial agreement, both sides should have an attorney. This way you're protected against an attack in case of a divorce. It's also crucially important that the attorneys save whatever correspondence goes back and forth between them, so that this way, if, God forbid, you are getting divorced, then you can prove that it was negotiated and that it was negotiated fairly. You also want to make sure that the prenuptial agreement is properly acknowledged. Some people say, hey, we don't really need lawyers, let's just get it signed and notarized, and we'll move on from there. If, God forbid, you need the agreement in case of a divorce, then that will not hold any water. An attorney will make sure that it's properly acknowledged so that this way it does stand up in the face of an attack if, God forbid, you end up getting divorced. If you have questions about a prenuptial agreement, please feel free to call our office at 347-642-0376. You can also reach us via our website at www.nivinlaw.com. That's www.nivinlaw.com. The first 30 minutes are always free.